Hey everybody, I'm Steven.
And I'm Jennifer.
And we are back for an encore performance to speak about Proposition 1. As we all know, voting opens this Saturday, and recently comments and concerns have surfaced that we thought we should take a moment and address those directly and really respond with facts versus some of the fear that's being put out there. So, shall we?
Absolutely, after you.
One of the things we want to express is the notion that this ad hoc didn't work in full transparency, and that there might be a secret agenda to remove committees or have the board be able to move committees at their whim. So let's talk about that. For 14 months, the ad hoc for committee structure, we met every 3 weeks.
Yep.
All of our meetings were published in the happenings, and anyone could have attended. We had a special working session that was open to the community that anybody could have attended. I personally spoke at 2 town halls that anybody could have attended. So all of our work has been completely out in the open, and we were hoping for more commentary, but not at the 11th hour, where the narrative seems to be the board has the ability to take away committees and we're at risk. And what that says to me is we're missing a fundamental trust in our board. Trust builds community. And if we believe that the board is going to decide one day to abolish committees, the foundation of Hemlock Farms, the culture of Hemlock Farms, the culture of collaboration, well, what that says to me is we're lacking trust. And that begins to erode the community, and it really just creates divisiveness. What do you think?
Well, I think it's more of a fear. I think that, for so long you talk about our community being here, or the committee structure being here for
Right.
45 years. I mean, I joke, but not really. I'm going to be 46. So you're talking about a long time of stagnant movement with committees. And I get it. Fear is a real thing. Change can be difficult at times. But we've been stagnant with our committee structure for 45 years. It is really time for a change. And it's not up to us.
Nope.
It's really up to you, the membership, to either, really move with the change, because we want so much more from our community. We want so much more to have our voices heard, to have that continuous collaboration and feel like we're a part of the solution, as opposed to just bringing the problems. So for me, I get the fear. I get the notion that change may be scary, but I'm also excited to see where the next 45 years in this committee structure brings us, because I think it's just going up from here.
Yeah.
I think sky's the limit, and it's not one entity trying to manipulate or change or puppeteer our committee structure. It's truly the membership.
And the thing is, if you're interested in committees, the sign-ups are happening right now. Committees are starting up again. Mm-hmm. This ballot, Proposition 1, is to vote to change the bylaws, not to abolish committees, to change archaic language for 45 years. Let's use the most simple example. We have an elections committee, and for years they did incredible work. But when we look at our election process at Hemlock Farms, it is all automated now, and it's in line with Pennsylvania state law. Could we repurpose elections committee? No, because of our bylaw. Could we change the name of the elections committee? No, because it's in our bylaw. So something that worked for 45 years isn't working today, but we have no ability to say, let's repurpose that and give an opportunity for people to get involved in maybe bringing awareness to the process. Mm-hmm. But we can't even tweak the name of the elections committee.
Because we're really hell-bent to that language in our bylaws. So even though our bylaws are living, breathing, and can be changed, it's really up to us, the membership to make those changes. Again, going back to, change sometimes is a little fearful, but we can't be stagnant. We cannot be, the Cadillac of the Poconos. We can't even be the Tesla of the Poconos. Because did you hear that we're the Tesla of the Poconos? So that's a high rating in cars.
That is a pretty high rating if we're a Tesla.
So if we're a Tesla, at least I heard that. And if I heard it, it's gospel. But anyway, so if we want that high rating, we also have to be willing to make those changes.
Absolutely.
And you're not talking about where your rights are being diminished.
And that's the fear. Mm-hmm. And that's what really motivated us to have this opportunity in the 11th hour. Because the written opinions that came out right before this really have this narrative of the board has the ability to take away our committees, vote no, and that isn't the last thing I want people to read. It's having a trust in our board, in our management, that we are trying to modernize how we approach collaboration, creativity, and support leadership. Because remember, our bylaws were created for these 9 standing committees when there was no Hemlock Farms staff. We have entire teams that do their jobs well, and we should be proud of them. Committees can enhance that with their input of what they feel committees could do the best.
So I'll just piggyback on that and to say that, if we don't have trust in our board, who we have elected, they are our elective officials, right? We're basically saying we have no trust in anything that we as Hemlock Farms are. And that to me speaks more volume than anything that we're talking about right here.
Absolutely. And without trust, there is no culture. And without culture, you have a very divided Hemlock Farms.
Correct.
We want you to vote on all these propositions with your heart, in what you feel is right or wrong, or you agree or disagree with. That's fine. That's why we have a voting process. But vote knowing the facts. Don't vote with fear because the board is being perpetuated in a way that they're going to take away committees. And now they have the ability to do it. And the only thing that protected committees was a bylaw. No. What protects committees are people like all of us that put our heart and soul into committees, that put our heart and soul in working to make Hemlock Farms better, that work in a partnership with our management and our board as allies and not enemies. And that's the constructive culture of Hemlock Farms, which will stay in committees regardless of whether this proposition passes or not. But please think about how you vote, because we have such an opportunity to make committees in the 2024-2025 future to truly represent the culture of what I just spoke about.
And I'll just leave it here. We are Hemlock Farms. We are the culture. We are the ones, the membership are the ones that can transform and, transcend the last 45 years, but it's up to us to make that happen. So however you choose to vote this weekend or the following weekend, please know that we're not here to sway you one way or another.
Not at all.
We're here to show you that, these small micro changes to bylaws can help expand what our future will look like.
And get more people involved. And this is just a prop. There's nothing in this. So in summary, we want to thank the Hemlock Farmers management team for inviting us back just to provide some clarification or more information, because that's what we all deserve. When we go to vote for a ballot, vote with the knowledge that you have at the moment and make your decision. And I think this has been, personally, an incredible experience the last 14 months working on such a big project. And we want to thank everyone that did. Right? You've had a lot of feedback from people around the community.
Yeah, so I mean, people were, thrilled that we were able to put out that first video.
Yeah.
They felt that there were a lot of their concerns were addressed, and they were appreciative, because I think, I don't want to say for a very long time, we can say transparency wasn't our strong suit, but we have really turned the corner as a community, as a board,
Absolutely.
as management, to really be transparent. And me personally, I might not like what I hear, but I appreciate the transparency, because it keeps me better informed in my decision making. And that's basically why we're here for a second time, is just so that you, the membership, feel like you have all the information on however you choose to vote on voting day.
Well, and I think that's the interesting thing, because we went into the ad hoc thinking we are going to have so much input. And for 14 months, we would have maybe 1 or 2 people tune in to participate in our meetings. And that's why I just think it's interesting to be in this moment, 48 hours before voting starts, to be addressing this onslaught of questioning the purpose of this proposition. So anyway, this was fun, Jen. We are out. Happy voting. Happy summer. Thank you, management team, for a lot of fun this summer so far. And we'll see you on the other side of ballot season.
Yep. Have a great one.